This is Loco for Local, where you can find out all the great places to support right here in our community. Hey friends, so this month with Loco for Local, I am with Joe Ashcraft of Ashcraft Construction. Guys, this is my roofer, okay? Actually, he was up on my roof recently after those delightful rains that we had. First of all, Joe, thank you for spending time with me today.
Sure. Pleasure to be here.
Absolutely, and it's gorgeous today. So I wanted you guys to meet Joe. All the time people are asking me, you know, for referrals for different vendors. And I will tell you that without hesitation, Joe is who I send my clients to if they have anything going on with roof. First of all, your customer service is phenomenal. And you're very welcome. You deserve that. And he's very fair with his pricing, and he's just been fantastic to all of my clients that I've referred him to. Joe, tell us, like, what's your experience? How long have you been in the industry?
I've been on a roof for over 18 years. Customer service, doing construction in the field most of my life since I was 16. So I've kind of been off and on different trades, but running my own business, I've been 6 years now, running strong. Refuse to let down customer service for integrity in my job, so.
That's good. You wanted to, I mean, I'm guessing, you know, you saw that there was a need to do things a certain way and you wanted to be able to serve people that way.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Getting the job done, showing up, making the customer happy, that's what it all boils down to. That's what gets you a call back.
Absolutely. I 100% agree. So you have the clout. You've been up on that roof for a long time. Talk to me about, so how often should we have somebody check out our roof? You know, like, I believe, you know, get ahead of the problem before it becomes a problem. Obviously, we think of calling you when there is a leak coming into our house, but how do we show wisdom in hopefully preventing those calls and getting ahead of the curve?
It's a very good question. Preventative maintenance is key. Anytime someone's buying a home or selling a home, they have it checked out, and that's usually the only time it comes up until you have a leak and there's a problem. But then there's always the times of years where Christmas lights are going up, decorations, holidays, people are, you know, up there doing their thing, and
yeah.
At the end of the year when they take it all down, they don't think about the damage that might have been caused through the setup and takedown of Christmas. So it's always good once a year, every other year, to have your roof checked, and just preventative maintenance, keep you from the extent of damage that could happen if it wasn't looked at. And
so what do? You walk the roof and you look for any potential issues, and then, I mean, how does that even work?
Exactly. That's what I would do. I would just get up, I would take a look at the entirety of the roof, make sure there's no cracked tiles, slip tiles. That's mainly where your damage is going to come from. Yeah. Obviously, you know, sealing the pipes is something I just do while I'm up there, just because that's something everyone overlooks. Because when
I think something that I mean, and I am not a roofer and I am not a home inspector, but just from what I've learned over the years, and tell me if I'm right or completely off. You know, once you start having those issues with the cracked tiles or the slip tiles, that's when the paper's exposed, and then that's what creates the issue, right? I mean, the whole point of those tiles is to protect the paper. Yes. So if you have that exposed paper, then it's getting, you know, hurt by the elements and losing its integrity, right?
Yes. Sun damage does not take very long to destroy the felt paper, which is what will give you the leak. Yeah. So a slip tile for one season in this hot sun is enough to crack open the felt paper and give you a leak.
That's so crazy. So if that happens, then don't you have to, like, pull back the tiles a certain amount and see how bad the paper has been damaged? Or
yes, anytime you're doing an assessment, you can always see imminent damage, but you always need to open a bigger spectrum of the area just to make sure.
And then from there you have a better idea. And I mean, because that's what happened with us. Is we're like, okay, I think we have an issue in this area, and you pulled it back. You're like, okay, I found what happened, and this is what it was, and you pulled it back and took care of it.
Right, and a lot of times when a homeowner does the job, what they'll do is take care of the imminent area and not look at the bigger spectrum of it, and then when it rains, they wonder why it's still leaking.
Absolutely. Now, but if you take good care of your roof, they last a long time. We were talking about that, right? I mean,
yeah, the underlayment itself is supposed to be a pound per year.
okay.
So 30-pound felt should last 30 years, as
Wow.
long as you make sure your tiles aren't cracked and they're not slipped out of place.
Yeah.
Because when they install track homes, sometimes a nail goes through or a tile just doesn't get nailed.
Yeah.
Expansion and contraction happens, tiles could slide down and you have damage without knowing it.
Okay, I have one more question. And I don't know if this is a silly question or a good question, but is there a time of year, you were talking about having, you know, that you should check somebody's roof every 1 to 2 years. Is there a time of year that's good to do that, or just any time of year?
Obviously, before the rain comes would be a good time to take a look at your
For
roof
you
and-
especially, but
just to make sure, because
Yeah.
you know, if there was a problem and you caught it beforehand, you save thousands of damage.
okay, okay. So basically in the dry season, so anytime in the dry season, it's good to have it checked. That way
Yes.
you're ready for the rainy season, which I feel like, do we have a rainy season here? But then like when, right, do we? But when we do, it's a ton. So you want to be ready for it. So,
Yes, absolutely.
well, awesome. Joe, tell my friends here how they can get in touch with you, because seriously, I mean, you should definitely have him look at your situation and make sure everything's good, and he will take very good care of you. So how do they get in touch with you?
Well, on my phone number, it's 951-852-1078. My email address is a.craft.construction@gmail.com, and you can direct connect me with either or.
Awesome. Thank you again for spending time with me. I really, really appreciate you.
Thank you for having me.
You guys are in good hands, but who will I introduce you to next month? I don't know. You'll have to tune in and find out. See you next time.